play a game.
We shall indeed play a game. Hello to Mark B, Ryan, Sean, That Train Guy, and Gav's Photography. All right, we are having another crack at the scenario that I launched the train into space with. So I thought, why don't we give it another crack? Actually, I'm going to leave the safety systems off for the moment because I don't know which one ends up on the front of this consist, so we'll worry about safety systems after we get them all together. We need to set forwards. Now sit down again. Steuerung. Alright, so brakes are cut in. Brakes release. Horn works. And action. You have a few questions. Shoot. Ryan says, I just want to say I love your channel and keep up the great work. Thank you very much, Ryan. Hello, Andy. How are you? I hope everybody is well, and thanks for joining in tonight. Hi, Maddie. How are you? We're having another crack at the scenario where I launched the 147s into space. So, excuse me. I'll try and be more careful this time. Because I mean, it accelerated like a bat out of hell, but I don't actually think that was the 147's fault, because there was 6 of them at one point, and what are they, 7,000 horsepower each? It's not that surprising they accelerated. It's morning for you, Ryan. It's evening for me. I literally sent the train to space, that train guy. I got the first 2 consists together, and I was going down to couple to the third, and I hit them so hard that the whole lot just went and disappeared into the stratosphere. This was kind of funny, to be honest. I kind of enjoyed the moment. So we'll try not to do it again. Because, you know, the 147 deserves a chance. I don't know when it's going to be released, so don't ask. I have not heard. Let's just make sure. Get rid of those labels. How's our path back looking? Are we going to the correct track by ourselves? We are indeed. Alright, so I need to get into reverse. Why is that doing... Oh god, it's this thing again. Please hold. Technical difficulties. I need to make this thing load the right key map, because lately it's been loading the wrong key map every time I use it, which is really, really, really annoying. Right, TSD key map, here we go, start. Right, let's see this time. There we go, lovely. My switches are going to work now on the TSCX. Brakes off, and a bit of power. Bit more power. Back we go. Set the train brake to full service. What? What? Oh, it wants me to change ends, doesn't it? I forgot about that rubbish. There is not a chance that this would actually happen this way, you know that? Not a chance in hell. Boop. Go to the other end. Oh, that's not going to work. We have to go out. To go out in the ground. Climb down. Climb down. And door. Door. Oh, it's one of those doors. Okay. Do it this way. Whee! That's where the door smacks you in the face and you go, well, that'll do then. There you go. We'll stand on the point machine to get into the cab. Sounds like a good idea. Right. Activate. Clunk, bonk, clonk goes the machine in the back. We'll call that the clonk, bonk, monk machine. Alright. Brakes off. Horn works. And we got power? Yes, we have power. Lovely. Very good. Hello, Amy. Hello, Andyland. How are you doing? Andy Burbridge as well. We're covered in Andys today. Ryan says, That's TSW and wonders of Sodor physics. Yes, once they leave the tracks, all bets are off, really. It's kind of what happens.
RFB. RFB.
No. Stay off, AFB. You're off. Just be quiet. The lever's jiggling a little bit. Maddie said, yeah, for shunting, you should reduce the traction force on the displays. I'll just not pull the lever back to the end of its travel. Probably work. Amy says, oh, it's the shipping container. Andy says, oh, you're doing well. And the other Andy says, TSW physics can be weird. I tried using an 87 to hit another one head on at 60 and it just bounced back and stayed on the tracks. I have hit 2 Flying Scotsmans together, each one traveling at 100 miles an hour in either direction, and you can only do this with scripting and a bit of a hack. So, enjoy. And they just coupled and stopped. It was really disappointing. After going to so much effort to actually be able to control 2 trains at the same time in this game, I was just really sad to have that happen. And I've never done it again. Safety stop. Now we'll couple up. Now I'm being too gentle. Bonk. I would have thought you should press 0, really. Anyway. No, wrong again. Gotta go to the other end. Got it. No, we are going this way. We're getting in this one. No, it's this one that wants me in. Okay. Wasn't that this one I was in? This was the one I was in. I think it's confused. I think it's massively confused as to where we're up to. Coupled to formation 3 vehicles. Didn't we couple? Is that what happened? Hang on. Maybe it didn't couple. Let's go have a look. No, it didn't. That's the problem. Boop. Right. Have to turn the cab back on too. Alright, there we go. Now it'll be fine. I didn't actually couple them. That was my problem. Alright. Out. Neutralis. Deactivate them. Well, you can get on the door if you try hard enough. Now, it was this next move that I launched them with, so I will be careful. And hopefully I won't launch them. Because I think we're taking all 3 of these down the line. Which will be fun. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I did just activate the driver's compartment. Didn't you see me? See? It's the same button. Off we go, little train. Yeah, I think what happened was I'm too used to the automatic coupling because I've been playing Thomas too much. So I didn't go out and couple it. And then when they bounced off each other, it didn't recognize that we had the coupling event. And then I mucked things up by shutting it down too quickly. So I had to start it again and move it again. And then it recognized everything and it was happy. Yes, you do kind of have to be careful with scenarios to do things in the right order or it cracks the sads. Ryan says, love how the 147 looks like a shipping container. It does. So does the 187. And the 187 and the 147 are almost the same train. Now, I think the problem's fairly firmly between the chair and the keyboard. Just checking this path. Looks good. Michael Lay, is roadmap on soon? I would think so. Either this week or next week, I would think. Generally would be. Gav says Lucas is casting spells. And he says, yeah, Paul, but it's the scenarios. You know, if you don't follow what it wants exactly, the game bugs out. The game must be obeyed. This is true. You must do what the game wants. Otherwise, the game bends you over and gives you a spanking. Ooh, a spanking, please, sir. And if you don't know where that comes from, you should look up the Castle Anthrax. Getting very close to that red signal down there. How close are we? Oh, it's not too bad, I suppose. Could have got closer. Full service it wants. And then we're going to go up the other end. And it was at this point things started to go poorly last time. Just a little bit poorly. Door. Can I has door? Door. So if we launch them into space again, we'll know it's not me. Whee! On this morning's stream, I had a train that I had not taken charge of. Now activate the compartment. Okay, I'll press the same button. You'll be happy. Oop. I had a train that did not have any right to have physics on start rolling, which I haven't had that happen since... When did I last have that happen? Clinchfield. When a coal train started to roll by itself. See, note that 5% power. Oh, you want uwu. Must be the other end. Because it's set on a little panel up there, so it must only have it at one end. It was about this point that I realised it was doing about 6,000 kilometres an hour, and I went onto full service brakes, and it was all over. There was no stopping it. Michael's having a good laugh. Good. You must follow Lucas and Jan's instructions. Of course you must. They're German. You must follow them exactly and be efficient. You can have uwu. We'll put uwu on the front of the train if it's got the little keypad at the other end. Ryan says, I'm thinking of getting Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sobor. Do you think it's with it? I haven't watched your review yet. Well, watch the review. If you're a Thomas fan, I think so. You can probably forgive the things that are wrong with it if you're a pretty hardcore Thomas fan. It's reasonably close to the lore of the series. It's only got one reference to Thomas the Magic Railroad, and that's the conductor's cap, and everybody else has forgotten that ever happened, so that's the way it should be. So have a look at that. Have a look at my video that's on it. I have played it on the Xbox. I think it looks alright on the Xbox and the PC. I'm fairly happy with it, but I like Thomas, so I am probably overlooking some stuff. So the signaling has some issues. The scenarios, some of the scenarios don't work. The mastery is balked. So there certainly are some issues with it. I did find out 147s fly, yes. I don't think there was enough track on the planet to stop that train, Andy lad. Because I don't know if you noticed, but the speedo was actually pegged. Yes, once you've reached the speed of sound, brakes aren't going to help you terribly much. Bonk. Let's go out and couple it. Actually remember to do it this time. Oop. Cut out. Neutralis. Oof. There we go. Nice job. That's a lot of containers. We are going up the front. Aussie Rails, hello. Good day to you indeed. Amy says orders must be followed at all times. The leader knows best. Well, you know, the I was just obeying orders thing didn't work too well at the war crimes thing. It really does. Doesn't really matter what side you fight on. I was just doing as I was told, Your Honor. You know, I've done that, train. But okay. In fact, before we go setting reverses on, since we're going to actually drive now, let's turn everything on. There's no point turning on LZB. We haven't got it on the route. Oop. Oop. I've done cut in, surely. Uh-oh, it's mad. I think it's cut out now, isn't it? Train brake cut out. Yes, so I need to cut in. Train brake cut out. Okay, it is cutting. Good. We've got forward. Let's get the window open so we can hear the glories of the shipping container vibrations. And let's get out of here. We'll be under monitoring. Must behave. So we'll set PZB to 40. Oh, it's not PZB. AFB to 40. I didn't hear that say anything, so we'll keep an eye on that. As we head off to Stuttgart. Hauptbahnhof. Oh yeah, headlights. Oop. But it has headlights. I forgot how loud this train is. I'm turning it down a bit for me. Is that alright for you guys? No Zwangbremsung today. Are we speeding? Oh no. I don't think AFB is actually doing anything.
RFB, 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 RFB,
Set it again.
RFB, RFB, RFB.
See, now it's working.
RFB.
Now it's fine. Now I can give it power again. Zwangbremsung. Gav says, Amy, you're third in charge behind Lucas and Jan. Amy said, is Wonders of Sorta okay on Switch? Has it even come out of Switch yet? I haven't really kept up whether it's been released on Switch. It was certainly going to be, but I haven't heard if it has been. Ryan says, thanks TSD, as a person who grew up with Thomas, I'll definitely consider getting it. Ooh, that's a bit weird on the sound front there, isn't it? Cutting in and out. That's a bit yuck. I think it's just powering and braking, powering, braking, powering, braking. That's okay. Amy says, I'm English. I grew up with Thomas and my kids grew up with Thomas. I did the thing that all parents should do. Feed their kids so much Thomas, they now hate it. Is this scraping down the edges of the train? Oh no, there is a little bit of room. Zifa. I have plenty of Zifa buttons to choose from today. They're everywhere. So we make our way to Stuttgart through this somewhat unscenic area. It's a little barren. Looks like Spirit of Steam, but with overhead lines. Ryan Trackside says it's not out for Switch yet, but once there will be, more than likely be an announcement about it. Yeah, I didn't think it was. It runs fine on the Steam Deck. Hey, damn it. Oh. We have to do it again, you know that. Ah, why didn't someone tell me there was a red signal coming? Here, I'll do it. Oh no. I screwed that page. Yep. Yep. That was good. That was good. Brilliant. Now I better wait until the scenario tells me what it wants, I suppose. Come on. Come on. Bloop. Let's roll. Hey, Alpha. Turned up just in time to watch me spad. Train guy fed his parents Thomas when he was little. Excellent. To the point where your mum was starting to memorize the films. That's scary. And Maddie says, and there it is. Yep, and there it was. Very much so. I'll stop it with the RFB. Just be quiet, RFB. All right, you can have RFB if you insist. See, now you don't know what to do with it. I've given it to you. This train's going to be my death, you watch. It does suck that you can't save, you're right. Sometimes you can, but I don't know if I trust saving on Stuttgart as yet. Alpha says this thing is noisy and annoying. Yeah, like the 90. Ah, what's 20 meters between friends? It's fine. Oh, you want me to set it to full service first, do you? Okay. You will obey. Zero. Do. This is like deja vu. I don't know why, but I think we've been here before. This being, of course, attempt number 3. At least I didn't go into space this time, so it's better. No, forwards. Forwards is what I want. Off we go. Oh, hang on, not that much. Less. That much would be a bad idea. Come on then. Yes, it is saying, ah. Alpha says, is that the new theme for Train Sim World 7? Noisy and annoying. Could be. And it does say AFB, but it says it in a weirdly German way. Gives a very long pronunciation on the ah. Yeah, AFB. I'm having less luck with this train than I did with the 145 Expert. That went surprisingly well, actually. I was relatively pleased with that one. But you'll notice I haven't tempted fate with it since then. Is that enough to couple, you reckon? I don't know. No. Oh, you can move more than that. There you go. Squirrel. There's a hotspot somewhere. Come on. Where's the hotspot? I did see it a moment ago. We have to get in underneath and do it. Alright. Where is it? Surely they don't have to be touching each other. It's going well. Can't climb the ladder. Fine. Go around the other side. Did you say woke language confirmed? Oh, it was there. Oh, and I lost it. Come on. You can do this. Yay! Right. Now I've got to get in here and shut this one down. Why didn't I get in through the cab before? That would have made sense. Cut out. Boop. Neutralis. And Orth. Right. Get out. Get out. Oh, Andy's going to go live too. I like Andy. Forward. Store.
RFB, RFB, RFB.
You want to have RFB? Alright. You can have it. No one minds, really. Amy says it the correct way. Now if you mean every train yells in German. Ryan said it might be good the German language pronouns their letters. Not just pronouns, they have 3 genders for all words. Lucky you didn't break it yet. We'll get there. We'll get there. Andy says, don't blame you, it worked and didn't cause you to rage quit, so never touch it again while you're ahead. Absolutely. It's like those anomaly games. Once I finish them, they're deleted. I never go back to them ever again. They're one-hit wonders, those things. Amy says, I was being silly to Ryan. Alpha says the traction motor sounds from Medway Valley Electrostars are very good. I hope Alan Thompson Simulations can get Luke Aston to do their Class 90 sounds as well. I wouldn't think that was terribly likely. They're competitors. I spent all morning streaming the 90. It actually went alright. Didn't catch fire once. I even tried to kill it and it wouldn't die. The only thing I ran into was a train fault with the pantograph in the rear of my train coming down, and the only way to put that back up again is go down there. I didn't bother. We just went over Shap with 3 instead of 4. It was fun, though. It wasn't this big brake light that I took me out, Gav. It was the other one. But we'll just roll up on this one too. Amy's waiting for someone to turn a 43 into a makeshift DVT. Full service. Cutout. Neutralis. Run. 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 Just be different. We'll go this way this time. Whee! Little compressor back there going, I must compress. I must compress. I will compress. And sit in the chair, even though it's silly, because you have to get up anyway. Back in the chair. Less silly now. Forward. Cut in.
RFB,
Release.
RFB, RFB.
RFB wakes up. RFB. Could call it FBA. Amy says that blows. That's just wishful thinking, mate. Ryan says, if you had to take some guesses for what TSW6 routes will be in the TSW7 Special Edition, what do you think they would pick? Southeastern High Speed would be my bet, because it's about to get a remaster. Could be Great Western Express too. But we shall see. TSW7 isn't even a thing yet. We're just doing educated guessing. No, Medway's third party, Andy lad. I wouldn't think Medway would be in there. It's normally a DTG route. They're pretty cozy with Firefly though, so you never know. Right, this time for sure, Ollie. I think the remaster's pretty good, but some of the trains are a little lacking certain functionality. Come on, you. Don't leave us hanging. Bonk. All right, let's go couple it. Let's just sneak up on it. Whoop. We had it there. There it is. That's a pretty tight hotspot that it's got there. Very tight little hotspot. Boop. Right, back we go. This time we'll watch out for the red signal. I've never heard a real Class 90 Alpha. If I compare it to what I hear in videos, to be honest, it sounds fine. It sounds remarkably like one. But that's not real life. Can I sit in the chair? No, I can't. Okay. Good. Windows open. Everything's on.
RFB, RFB,
And we'll set
RFB.
this to 20. Will do fine. Off we go. This time we watch out for red signals. Honest. And just in case, let's actually save it. Because, you know, maybe it'll work. Andy says, actually, no, it's not DTG. So I reckon GWE Remastered or East Coast Way. Actually, I can keep the throttle on. It really doesn't matter. Why are you... So the AFB is set to 20. It even says it is. So we got throttle in off. Yeah, we do. Quiet, Sifa. Right. Now let's try AFB again. You gonna work? You just gonna keep yelling AFB. No, I think it's working this time. Good. Amy says, DTG, we can get Southeastern High Speed extended with the LGV Nord to Lily. I'll pay £3.50 for a 374 layer, DLC to layer. I think they'll want £25 for that. Zifa. Ryan says it might make it to TSW Special Edition. Just remember, any speculation on TSW 7 is just that, speculation. But based on previous years, I reckon it's probably a good bet. I would think. What other routes would people like to see in it? Naturally, all want something Australian. I think we should have 3 Australian routes. 2 in Melbourne, 1 in Sydney. I'd put up with that. C, hello. Oh, no worries if you haven't been in for a while, mate. That's just how life is. Zifa. Yeah, Andy, I don't think there's anything too wrong with your thinking there. Amy says, if anyone does a full Eurostar, it would be Simrail. Can't wait for someone at Stratford to hold up trains in Krakow. Look, even I can learn. There's no need to feel any pressure to be in here all the time, see? Drop in whenever you feel like it and you feel able. And with stuff that you've got going on at home, that is the most important thing to look after. And hopefully it's not too shitty. There's enough shitty in the world right now. It's actually this sign, isn't it? It's not actually the red signal up there, I don't think. Is there a contact signal, a button? No, no. There we go. Yeah, that worked good. Let's try that one. Denied. None for you. You wait. Actually, I don't think it is the sign. I think it is actually the signal, because it's just changed. Good. Brakes off. Power on. Amy says Train Sim World 7 should have the trailer upside down if we get an Australian route. Got to localise the content properly for the new market. And it's to say dumb things that we don't say, like, "G'day, cobber." And all the locomotives should be called, well, you know, the Irish would call them goots. Ryan says Liberec, Stara Parker, West Coast Main Line, Birmingham to Crewe, maybe Preston and Crewe if it releases on TSW6. That doesn't help you with TSW7 routes. What do you want to see that's new? One American, one German, one English. I think East Coast Main Line could do with a bit of love. Hasn't had any for a while. Amy says, see that red light? I'm colourblind and I can see it. Yes. But you're probably also smart. Alpha says, now there are no dovetail routes pending in the roadmap. Do you think they're already working on TSW7 routes? Well, put it this way. From planning to execution takes 18 months, and the last 6 months of it is build. So, what do you reckon? C says, I'm afraid to say it's really shit, but we get on with it. Well, I hope it's not too shit, mate. I hope it's something that you all cope with. Coping is the most important thing. It doesn't have to be good, just as long as your family is coping. Must be Matt Peddleston back there with his pink bag. How many people in Germany wear their baseball caps on backwards? How many people in Germany wear baseball caps? I reckon 0 for both. We're coming into a dead-end platform. I needn't have bothered turning on all the safety systems. I'm about to turn them all off. Never mind. Amy says, wait so you know the new route and that it is Waterloo to Bournemouth via Basingstoke. Well, there's a weird one. I'm disappointed there hasn't been a 500 Hz magnet in here. I guess they don't expect people to crash into the cafe. Alright, train. We can stop there. That'll be all good. Thank you. Doo-doo. I'm pretty sure on this train you can just leave them all on anyway. Door? Come on, door. Thank you. Ah, let's go get a coffee. Where'd she go? Oh, she just walked out through the wall and went off that way. Okay. I guess we have to serve ourselves a nuclear coffee then. Very good. Yep. Can we walk through the wall too? No. How did she walk through the wall? C says, not going to make you live a dandy negative stream, but thank you. I am well, thank you, mate. Gav says it would be JD carrying a pink lunchbox. It's possible. It's going to want me to sit in the chair, isn't it? And get up. Yes. Uh-oh. Have to go down the other end. No uwu for us because we don't have the little pad on this train. Set the reverser to forward. No, that's reverse. Forwards. Good. Cut out. Release the brakes. Open the window. And apply some power. And set the AFB to 25. Ooh, 60. Don't think so. 40 maybe. Because we should be under monitoring, really. I don't think we are, but we should be. That's okay. From now on, I have to remember I've got PZB on. And to acknowledge everything.
Zugbeeinflussung. Sie
None of your twigs saying bring Chung machine.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Slow to 85. We haven't even got there yet. Should be safe to read chat again now. Isle of Wight. Did you make it to Scotland in the 90? Well, not to Scotland. We made it over Shap and to Carlisle. That's where we were going. C says, Tadami line. Geez, forgot that. Wasn't that mentioned back in TSW4? It was. Yes. We haven't got it yet. One day. One day. Surprised I didn't need to acknowledge that, but that's okay. Prepare to power up. We're still restricted to 85 currently. Although it thinks it's safe to release, but we're not going to. We're not going to fall for that trap. Amy says it wouldn't be that weird. Southwestern Railway commuter and long distance traffic. I'd see my flat from the 450 cab. Cool. Alright, I'll give up and release. And whack her up to 100. Let's go. And I'm going to shut this window because it's annoying. That's less annoying. Much less annoying. Whee! Go on. Try that again. There we go. That's better. How many Pentos do we have up? Only the front one, I think. Yep, only the front one. We're towing the others dead. It's no wonder we're not speeding up very much. On that, I haven't given her all the power. Zephyr. Alpha thinks Tadami will release this month or in May. Well, it's possible. CC's been a good couple of years then. Yeah, just a few. I actually think Tadami was first discussed as a possibility as far back as TSW 3, when they thought they had someone on the hook. I don't think it was specifically mentioned as Tadami, but I think it was described as a Japanese route. Zephyr. Hello, Leon. Ryan says the Tadami line was on the roadmap for the next 3 months. Yeah, so that's December. And he said it's the German equivalent of Harry Potter. Leon says, how many red hens do you need? None, mate. I'd rather an RM. Much better. Preferably a DRM. Thank you, C. Yeah, whack that like button. If you have hype and it's offering you the possibility to hype, give that a crack too. Well, the more the merrier. Brings people in. It really does look like a container train, doesn't it? A whole lot of Deutschbahn containers. Gav takes it next level and says, don't forget to throw the subscribe button and smack the like button. Up to 110. I've become a bit trusting in this thing's AFB. It seems to do an okay job of it. Whack. Does anybody else have those moments where you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and your voice in your head's going, Zifa? It's kind of funny when that happens. Leon says hello again. Hello, Leon, again. Ryan says, hey, TSD, would you like to see in the future of TSW, I'd like to see more steam locomotives. I don't think there's a big chance of steam unless the German one pulls off a miracle. If the German pulls off a miracle, then maybe. It's very expensive to make it. Which means its commercial possibilities are a little low. So they made a few out of love. Then they made Thomas. So we'll see.
Zifa.
I wouldn't mind another underground route for London, but I don't think that'll happen. So I'd probably pull up another overground, but I would like to see East Coast Main Line getting some love. I'd love to see something up around York would be nice. Some good possibilities around Leeds. Northern services out to Swindon and further. I did hear a rumour that someone was starting the North Yorkshire Moors Railway as a third party. So that would be interesting. They'll need plenty of steam engines. We have a red coming up, don't we? See if that changes. Don't think it's going to. I'm thinking I need to slow down rather a lot. It's weird to get a red with no warning though.
Zifa.
Oh no, here comes the warning.
Zugbeeinflussung.
And it's gone green anyway. Good. Now we have to wait till it sees it. C says, I don't think there'll be steam locos. Well, we didn't think there'd be more steam locos. Look what happened. We got Thomas. 147 for all passengers. I can't accelerate at the moment. To wait till it sees this 110 and the green signal, then we'll be allowed to. Because there's some speed magnets for giving you a spanking. I could go a little bit faster, but not that much point. I think we're following another train, actually.
Zifa.
That would be my bet, that we just had a train stop in that station in front of us. Alright, it should all clear now. Lovely. So we can put our AFB back to 110 and give it some juice. And off we go. C would like to have better weather conditions and make it more seamless when transitioning. That would be nice. Not the solid transitions that we have at the moment.
Ziffer.
Ziffer. Ziffer. Ziffer. It's like some mysterious code word. Yeah, I reckon we're definitely behind a stopper.
Ziffer. Ziffer.
No, we've gone green again. Alright then, we'll keep going. It'll power up again eventually, it'll figure it out. There it goes. Andy says, I think steam trains will depend on whether TSG managed to fix it or not. It's not so much fix it, it's re-implement it from scratch. Is what I suspect they're doing. Amy sometimes hears AWS dings and other train noises. Yes, it does happen to everybody. It's kind of funny. But Sifa's like waking up and being slapped in the face with a fish. Whack! Sifa. Leon says, I like your trains. Remember me of 3,000 railcar trains.
Ziffer.
Ziffer? I bet you they didn't say Ziffer, Ziffer, Ziffer. He's in front of us. It must be a train. Yep, there it is. How imaginative. It's called AI Service 2. It's designed to be annoying. That's okay.
Ziffer. Ziffer.
Rise isn't there supposed to be a Peak Forest add-on? That got abandoned, I believe, because the people who were doing that are the ones who are actually building the steam train for TSG. So they're busy. They have other work to do. I'm sure they'll come back to it at some point, because the 104 would be nice. But if you're going to learn to build trains, why not learn it on someone else's dollar? It's a solid plan, as far as I'm concerned. Isle of Wight Transport says, I can only hope the TSG steam train will be good, never actual steam physics. Steam trains need some love. I actually don't think most people would like real steam physics, to be honest with you. Because, you know, being an actual steam engine person, it's a pain in the ass. It's an awful lot of knowledge you need to make those things work. It's not just chuck coal in it and see what happens.
Ziffer. Ziffer. Ziffer.
There's a reason why it takes you about 18 months to learn the craft. And it's half black magic, half craft. Partly art form.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Ziffer.
Andy would like a modern Liverpool crew. I think that would be awesome. Having been to back and forth between those areas in a cab, yes. That would be good. I don't think it's been canned, Andy. I think it's just postponed. Leon says, more rumours of trains and routes. One day it's going to be Train Sim World. 7, not 67. You never know. I mean, people know my thoughts. I think we'll probably get 7 and 8. I reckon 9 will be a different game, and it'll be in UE5. I reckon we're a couple of years away from that. But we'll see what happens. Safe to release, don't believe you. Because I can see the next signal. That don't look green to me.
Sifa. Sifa.
Ancient German word for wake up you lazy driver, you think. I would translate that to Australian.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Be like, fucking wake up, arsehole. Alpha says the West Highland route from Fort William to Milngavie would be spectacular with the scenery, new ground foliage and the Glenfinnan Viaduct. It would be really nice, but it's like 4 trains a day, so I can't see them making it. It's not a busy route, and it's very slow too. And a very different safety system to anything else that's in TSW. So it's got an authority system, which you'd really have to do it. It's the English equivalent of American train orders, what that works on. See, we'd like to see Birmingham to Shrewsbury, Class 170 as West Midlands Railway and 158 for TFW. Well, why not?
Sifa. Sifa.
Why stop at Shrewsbury?
Zugbeeinflussung.
Why stop at Shrewsbury? There's some really nice trackage going into Wales. The Welsh coastal route that goes past all the little railways would be great. I would very much enjoy that one.
Sifa. Sifa. Sifa.
Why is that accelerating?
Sifa. Sifa.
That was really weird. Why? Oh, because I'm... Okay, I'm moving the AFB lever instead of moving the brake lever. I'm an idiot. It's okay. Go on then. We're going to crawl up to the signal. That was my fault. Boop. Thanks for your help. Another driver will continue the journey onwards. Let's see how you did. Well, it couldn't be too badly. I think I only sped once, right at the end there. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Platinum. How did we actually do, though? I normally don't care about scores, but I'm curious this time. Well, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. What's that, about 600 points shy? That's all right. Cool. Oh, that's levels. What's the points in this one? I'm actually amazed I've gotten back up to level 272, to be honest. It's been a while since I reset everything. Trackside recovery, why not? Why not indeed? Let's try and catch up. And it would be better if Firefly does it. We get the digital token system. You need the digital token to do that. You can't really do it any other way. Leon says no Adelaide trains. So only trains driver. He's talking on the radio. Leon says, I hope Germany steam trains come out, or maybe people are worried someone is going to make a 1940 logo in war. I don't think that'll happen, to be honest with you. So, what are we set up as at the moment? Nothing? Is our cab activated? Boop. Boop. It's not that much point turning on LZB, but I want the 30 points. And reverser. Where's the throttle? Is it in off? Not hearing AFB noises. I have set the train to forward. Still not hearing AFB noises. Alright, let's try and drive. Right, so it'll drive. Can I have AFB? I think my AFB has been disabled. Oh well, we'll just drive by hand then. That's okay. Bloody scenarios disabling stuff. As long as I don't disable my PZB buttons, because I need them.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
Ziffer.
Ziffer. Ryan says I'm getting tired, so no one gets some sleep. Good night. Good morning, TSD. Catch you the next one over. Enjoy, mate. Have a good day or a good night. Wherever you are, whatever suits you. $80 it reckons. I don't think so. I reckon we're in monitoring, so I reckon we'll behave ourselves. Since we're not allowed to have AFB.
Ziffer. Ziffer.
Boring as that is. Come on, acknowledge. There we go.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Took 2 button pushes to get that one. I normally don't even look at the score. Normally don't give a crap.
Ziffer. Ziffer.
Class 68 is needed. We've got the 70 coming. Another American locomotive in an English body. Leon says Germany had... Oh, no. Amy says to Leon, Germany had very good freight traffic. They did. They were very well organised. Leon said all train track is like Japan or China bullet line. No, not really. It's varying qualities around the world.
Ziffer.
Still no AFB.
Ziffer.
We're still in monitoring, but not quite. I think we're allowed to do 85. We are. Now a little shunting signal here. I love it when it says safe to release and you can see a signal like this one coming that's lit up like a bloody Christmas tree. It's got every light on. No budget spared.
Ziffer. Ziffer. Ziffer.
Zugbeeinflussung.
It's all over power. The whole world's over power. Good job stopping. Thank you, Leon. C says in Shrewsbury to Mackillennith or Aberystwyth. Can't have rail tours using the Class 37 as well. It could. What about a couple of nice little narrow gauge railways? They'd be fun.
Ziffer. Ziffer. Ziffer.
North Wales from Holyhead to Chester. That wasn't too bad, actually. But again, why stop at Chester? That's not very far. All the flashy things are off, so let's speed her up. Well, I have to look after my speed myself. It's such a hard life, these first world problems. It's just us, isn't it? Yep, a single container. Good job accelerating, says Gav. There you go. And below the medal, it tells you your score. I should look at that, shouldn't I? That would answer my question, wouldn't it? You need the ETCS departmental version. Alpha says that the AFB bugged. No, it's probably been turned off by the scenario, would be my bet. Scenarios turn things off quite often. I mean, it's certainly there. Because the lever's still working, it's doing stuff. It's just not turning it on. There may even be a menu to turn it on, who knows?
Sifa.
Wooshka. So he says, I know, Amy, I live on the Cambrian line. It's not... Well, actually, it's that be weird. Would you like IKEA get you in train?
Sifa. Sifa.
An IKEA train. That would be weird. Isle of Wight says the Class 70 is the smaller equivalent to the big giant American Powerhaul locos. That thing I drove on Friday, the T-Class, is actually an EMD. Ooh, Dostos, very exciting. Not.
Sifa. Sifa.
Zifa. The FIFA monster, says Leon. Why do you want me to crash, Leon? That's mean. I don't think we need to crash. Oddfellow, hello. How are you? Don't know why the members show up with little Japanese symbol.
Sifa. Sifa.
88 miles an hour, says Gav. Back to the future. Jason says emergency braking, Zifa, Zifa. Zifa, Swangbremsung. Holy Trucker says, what's actually wrong with this thing, Paul? I know it's delayed. No, it's to do with the route mostly. Tree Sim World, yay!
Sifa. Sifa.
There were issues to the updates with Stuttgart. And they've pushed a couple of them out now, so we'll see. Got a short 90 coming up. It's looking kind of nice outside.
Sifa. Sifa.
Zifa's ruining the mood as usual. Demona77, hello there, welcome along. Gav says, Jason, are you sitting in the passenger seat yelling at Paul? There you go. It's Jason's voice. Sounds like Jason.
Sifa. Sifa.
Andy says, stuff that lets you have the whole route from London to Edinburgh is one DLC. Might kill consoles, willing to sacrifice a few consoles to the gods for having a whole run. I think it would kill most PCs too, right? Because if you look at the Steam hardware survey, your average PC is pretty similar to a console. And we're probably going to head more in that direction than the other direction now because NVIDIA's a bit too interested in AI. So they're reducing the consumer grade GPUs. Getting very hard to get. Very expensive. And because of that, both AMD and ARC isn't even being made at the moment, are actually gaining ground. So a GPU that's not being built is gaining ground on NVIDIA. So it's just old stock. And then there's the plans for AMD to buy Intel. And it wasn't even an April Fool's joke. I thought it was when I read it. It's like, oh, no, it's real. And Jason says, first class for me. Well, you know where first class is, mate. Up there. Back up to 120.
Zifa.
Zifa. IKEA be the yellow and blue ICMM Koplopa. It's a good word, that. Koplopa. English is not your native language. It's not my native language either. I know Australian. That had to be done. Gav says cattle class for Jason. The cattle class is back here. You see where cattle class is?
Zifa.
Right there.
Zifa. Zifa.
Quiet, Sifa. Leon says, I didn't say you should crash. I said don't crash. Well, I don't want to crash. You like what I do? Thank you, Demona. I wanted to say thank you and good luck to you. Thank you very much. Let's try and keep this speed under control. Try and pay attention to what I'm doing.
Zifa. Zifa.
Until Zifa whacks me. So it's not too far from where we have to stop, which is where we're picking up another train, I assume. Or we'll get our directions to the train at that point, one or the other. Gratuitous bridge shot. It's not often I'm game to do a gratuitous bridge shot when I've got PZB turned on.
Zifa.
Up to 130. Leon says, I don't speak Australia, I speak English. No, you don't, Leon. You speak Adelaide. How do you pronounce Lego, Leon? You call it Lego, don't you? That's Adelaide for you. The Zifa monster is going to get me.
Zifa.
I hope not. It's more likely PZB will get me. PZB's a little meaner than Zifa. And we have a red light coming. Everybody's behind the line. Oh, behind the line, you lot. That's where you hear bah, blood. And you go, that's okay. I sounded the horn.
Zifa.
Not terribly far to our stop point. Thank you for all the hundreds. Gav says Jason can be strapped on the back with a white flag. Yellow light coming up and Sifa at the same time.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Just roll along towards the red. Demona says, I don't speak English, I speak Russian. Fair enough. I only know 2 Russian words. Da and До свидания. That's it. Yes, Leon, that's how you spell Lego, but people from South Australia say Lego as though it's spelled L-A-Y-G-O.
Zifa. Zifa.
It's not actually this one that's red. It's the one around the corner here that's red.
Zifa. Zifa.
"20 meters is going to get me very close to that. Look at its evil red eyes. Stop, you bastard. Stop.
Störung.
Oh, why doesn't it stop when it's got full brakes on? Mm-hmm. Full brakes. From 5 kilometers an hour and it wouldn't stop. Great. Well, we're not doing that one. That was a bit crap. Alpha said it was sliding. I don't think it actually was. We'll play the other one then. It's white grapes, isn't it? Heavy snow. Ah, perfect. We'll screw that up real properly. All right then. It was a mad red light. Grapey time. Yes, Mad will be happy. Good morning, driver. Should probably turn our train on, eh? Boop. Speed limits are in place. Yes, wipers are here, aren't they? Slow will probably be enough for the moment. I've already done all that. Let's catch up. Everything's done. Good. Unlocked us. Good. Sounds like a plan. No, no, Dostos. Help us. At least there's people in there. What about up top? There's a few at the top. There's a few. Can I have AFB this time?
AFB, AFB, AFB.
I think so. Good.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug nach Bietigheim-Bissingen. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise.
Angenehme to him too. Now, I like the way it says there's restrictions in place near the grapevines. Where are they? That's not helpful at all. Off we go on another quest.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Hopefully this time
Zugbeeinflussung.
we won't spad.
Sifa. Sifa.
Gav says, Andy says, 2 in 1 stream, don't let Harry hear about this. You'll never hear the last of it. Oh, Harry's often watching. I've occasionally had questions from Harry about my streams, so I know she watches sometimes.
Sifa. Sifa.
Now with snow, we'll have another spad. Yeah, probably. I still don't understand that one. I don't think it was sliding because Trax locos don't really slide. They take care of that themselves. And at that low speed, it shouldn't really slide anyway. Leon says I always open both the doors.
Sifa.
No, I don't think the grapes are in the Barossa. While there is a German town in the Barossa, I don't think that there will be any, I don't think these grapes will be in the Barossa somehow. Ooh. Hello. Big red angry eye. Go off to Luffen. I hope we don't go past a red again too. The first one was embarrassing. The second one's worse. Yeah, alright, let's spank this thing. Party time. Do I have headlights? Oh, yes. Let's go full lights. Proper lights.
Sifa. Sifa. Sifa.
You think the light's mad because the trains go past it all the time, Leon? Well, I suppose that's possible. Do you know, on my railway, not once have I ever spattered in real life. Not once. I've had one close call as a fireman
Sifa.
when I wasn't driving. We got onto some leaves and slid for a bit, but the train did stop. Leaves are horrible things. Why are you slowing down more? You don't have to slow down that much. There you go. You can figure it out. Good train. Gav says, if you do it again, you'll beat Harry's score. Excellent. They call him Three Spads. Which is much better than a fireman on my railway who's named Two Shovels, and the reason he's named Two Shovels is because he somehow managed to toss his own shovel into the firebox, and then in trying to get that one out, he dropped the loco shovel into the firebox. So they call him Two Shovels. The long name is Two Shovels Burned, and he had to fire for the rest of the day using the water bucket. That would have been very, very hard.
Sifa.
Quiet, Sifa. I was wondering if they had their lights on, but I think they do. I think they're fine. I'm not a fan of the TGV, Leon. Not the one in the game, anyway. Don't mind it as a train. Do I play Forza Horizon? I don't, Alpha. Not really into racing games. Not your train, sorry. You're just standing there getting covered in snow. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Sifa. Sifa.
Zifa. Oops, there's another 80 coming. Bloody corners. Forza Horizon 6 is next month. Andy said, I retried that scenario you tested for me earlier. It was the DRA causing the issues. When I switched it on and off like you did, the thing moved. That's good. It's good that you know how to get around it. Yeah, sometimes scenarios set things to be in the state other than what they normally are. So my guess is the scenario set the DRA to on, but it didn't toggle the switch as well, so it's not glowing. Because if you just tell the train DRA's on, that won't do anything with the switch. You have to do it yourself. Oh, I guess this is the grapes, huh?
Sifa. Sifa. Sifa.
Zifa. That would make sense. DB passengers have to sit in the dark. I think their lights are on. Have another look, but I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, they are.
Sifa. Sifa. Sifa.
Quiet, you. Don't be a pest, Zifa. More curve speeds. Back down to 90 shortly. Not too far from where we're stopping either. Keep an eye on that.
Sifa.
So we don't spad again.
Sifa.
Zifa. Yeah, I think it is the tinted windows, Andy. Leon says Zifa is like a dog barking at you. A little annoying one like a chihuahua.
Sifa.
Nächste Station, Laufen, Neckar. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
Laufen, next stop. Just roll in nice and gently. Of course, the train's going to accelerate now.
Sifa.
Gab says DB's got more money and have tinted windows people can't be seen. And so you can't see the drug deals then. Let's see if we can manage to stop in this station, huh? We don't have a threatening red light, so it'll probably stop fine.
Sifa.
He's mighty slippery.
Siefahrt, Siefahrt, Siefahrt.
AFB, AFB, AFB.
Loading, 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 loading. Right. Snow textures are fairly good on it. We'll radio you any updates. Very good. Doors are closed.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug nach Bietigheim-Bissingen. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station Kirchheim, Neckar. Ausstieg
AFB, AFB, AFB.
Gentle away. So she doesn't go slippy slippy. Bit of sand on the way. Should be good now. Your dog barks a lot, Leon. It must be annoying for your neighbours. Mercedes is one of the most common cars in Europe, Leon, so having them as taxis is not at all unusual. Andy said it looked like AFB was trying to keep the power on while you were braking. It did a bit, didn't it? It did look like it was trying to power up. Off we go to Kirchheim Neckar.
Siefahrt, Siefahrt.
I think it just got a bit confused when I put the brakes on. I probably should have taken over from AFB much earlier. Ziffer. It's an interesting lighting. But it's not that bad a snowstorm. I wouldn't have thought this would actually stop trains. You can see.
Siefahrt, Siefahrt.
What I'll do this time is put the throttle to off and just come in on the brakes, I think. It will be safer. Into the tunnel of love we go. And then out the other end we'll go.
Siefahrt, Siefahrt.
I don't think I'm going to take it up to 130 given that we're stopping shortly. Let's get that starting to happen. That looks like positive braking to me.
Nächste Station Kirchheim, Neckar.
Gav likes the radio effects. It's sad that your dog passed, mate. Sorry to hear that, Leon. It's not annoying anymore. Andy goes, even cross-country could run in these conditions. They can't run when it's dry, mate. It's like they sit around the table in the morning as managers and go, do we run trains? Someone said we run trains. Are you sure we run trains? Oh, that doesn't bode well. Rail workers and a bloke in a suit. Why are the people standing under the roof got their umbrellas out and the ones that are in the open have put their umbrellas away? That's just weird.
Siefer. Siefer.
Of course you miss her, Leon. Might actually have to power up just to make it. Pink and silver jar, Leon. Sounds alright. That was better. That's the way it should work. Of course you're happy for me to continue. You make more money that way. Now, is AFB still on? That's the question. We didn't go past the red light, Leon. No, we didn't. Mark Moss. Hello, Mark Moss. Welcome along, mate.
Siefer.
You brought Zephyr with you, I see. So we keep heading off to Bessingheim.
Siefer.
I've only got light power on. This is about the halfway point of the route, isn't it? I think. Yeah, pretty close. Once we pass the big factories here, we'll see which variation of the 363 is here today. There's usually one sitting around up near the buildings up here. Green light going happy. There you go. Can't call James a monster. James is a nice engine. We'll be firing again on Friday. Everybody's kindly staying behind the yellow line. Good to see. We're not going to kill anyone today.
Sifa. Sifa.
Let it go, Zifa. Let it go. But trucks are naughty. Oh, I am slowing down now. Let's get worried there for a minute. Because we weren't.
Sifa. Sifa.
Coming nice and slow again. Hopefully no fallen trees this time. Yes. Actually, I think that crossing's still not working. I think they're still got traffic management. Alias Taurus Vectron 1212 Liam. Is the 147 already out? No, it's not. It has not yet released. But no one's pried it from my cold little fingers as an ambassador as yet.
Besigheim, Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
And while the 147 does have a couple of bugs, the most notable being it counts LZB distances backwards in cab 2.
Sifa. Sifa.
Apart from that, it's actually quite okay as a loco. The issue was with the route. They made some changes to the route. It didn't work out the way they planned. The changes are meant to make it better for console.
Sifa. Sifa.
Let's get some air brakes on. Now I'm too cautious. No, there isn't a date yet. The first lot of patches have come out for Stuttgart now, so I would be guessing that it wouldn't be too long. The railway pays the cost, Andy. Yeah, we got there eventually. Becoming too cautious now. Len says, sometimes I get annoyed if people went up a moving bus like an Australian kangaroo at night in Bus Simulator. Bad words, but mummy doesn't care. I do wonder how old you are, Leon, sometimes. Us again. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Not that much. But I'm pretty happy with the 147. It's one of the reasons I've continued showing it off, is just to show people it's not actually the train. Because, you know, we had a bit of a clanker of a release with the British 80. 80? 90. 90. The 90. Leon says, I'm 18 and finished school. Okay. You seem a little younger. Are they really terminating this scenario? They are. So this is nothing. I reckon trains would run in this. No issue whatsoever. Unless it suddenly gets really foggy or something. But having seen some of the videos from Rail Cowgirl, who, if you don't follow her, if you like cab view videos through some of the really, really beautiful scenery, but also really bad conditions occasionally, she's a good one to watch. David Stevens, hello. Happy Easter to you too. Oh, I spent the day building some furniture for my other half to put into the laundry. And we've discovered the existing cabinet that's in the laundry is actually too big to come out, so I've got to take it apart in there. I'll do that tomorrow. Leon says you like showing people how cool his train and what it sounds like. I do like showing them off. And I also like telling people what the bugs are, because, you know, people are going to part with their cash for these things, and it's important that they know what they're getting. And I assume the railway has insurance or something to cover the costs. I imagine it's not cheap to repair a crossing. No, it did some pretty considerable damage, actually, so... and it's a fairly bespoke wiring system, so... I imagine the contractors will convert it to be a standard crossing too, rather than the local special. There you go, David. 8:25 in Adelaide. Leon's from Adelaide as well. No, I don't know when the 147's actually going to come out, alias Taurus Vectron 1212 Liam. There hasn't been an announcement, so stick around the Dovetail Discord, because I'm sure they'll drop it when they're going to. Surprised I didn't have to acknowledge that. I would have thought you would have to, but no. Trains is a hobby, Leon. It's a fairly widely utilised one. David says we're back to normal time now in Adelaide. His daylight savings ended last night. Yeah, us too.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Nächste Station, Bietigheim-Bissingen. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung rechts. Diese Zugfahrt endet dort. Wir bitten alle Fahrgäste auszusteigen. Vielen Dank für Ihre Reise mit unseren Zügen.
Seefahrt.
Yeah, we'll just roll in nice and slow now. This might be too slow. You've got to be careful because I'll have a 500 Hertz magnet. Before that red signal, I would expect.
Seefahrt.
Let's keep PZB at 15, that should be good. AFB at 15, sorry.
Sifa.
Sifa. Just a massive crane. Thank you, Gav. Thank you for the help.
Sifa. Sifa.
Hello, Matthew Howlett. How are you? Welcome along. Hello, Tolik D from Cyprus. Nice spot.
Sifa. Sifa.
Love the sound of the sand getting shot through the pipe. Yep, air brakes have gone on. We're all good. You had a medieval fest in Adelaide. I didn't know you guys had come out of the medieval era, but that's okay. That's as far as this train's going to go, apparently. No speeding? Me? No. 6533. Yes, if only I actually bothered with accuracy. Look at that one. 70 meters out. Do I try the one we spattered? What do you think? Do we try it again? Maybe we try it again. And I'll be aware of it this time. Slippy, slippy. We're doing it. It's an Easter miracle that I didn't speed. It is a bit unusual, I have to admit. Activate the driver's compartment. Buzz buzz, Sifa, Lisbuzz. Storong. The reverser is in forward. Do you want me to press the button and prove it to you? There you go. Actually, be interesting to see if AFB works, won't it? No, it definitely doesn't work in this scenario. Maybe AFB doesn't work light engine, actually. I think I remember that from somewhere, that you can't do AFB light engine.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
Love the way it just lies about being safe to release. No, it's clearly not.
Sifa.
Sifa. Let's get out of here. Gratuitous bridge shot, maybe? Seems fair. We'll do one of those and send it up to Steam. I think that's where they go.
Sifa. Sifa.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
Everything happens at the same time, always. At least you can tell it's got suspension. Dunk dunk. Dunk dunk. Just realised I'm not pushing out to the shorts feed today.
Seefahrt.
Isn't
Seefahrt.
that weird? We are out of the low speed monitoring. We're in high speed monitoring now.
Seefahrt. Seefahrt.
Zifa. Zifa. Death to Zifa. Safe to release. Do we believe it?
Zugbeeinflussung.
Leon says the red train wants to show off like James. It was expired by Thomas and Friends. James is there.
Seefahrt. Seefahrt.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Another signal I expected to acknowledge but didn't actually have to. Weirdness. Could be slippery leaves on the track because, you know, it is autumn.
Seefahrt. Seefahrt.
But she doesn't feel like she's struggling to get grip. I think she's pretty happy on the grip department. Is it the same tree we did that in last time?
Seefahrt.
12 Ks to the next spad. Spad, 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 spad. Everybody loves spad. You like to play jokes like a clown, Leon. Well, as long as you haven't got a red balloon, mate. "11 kilometres till we sped." You might as well just type it into Nightbot now. Get it ready. It is pretty through here. It's nice in the
Seefahrt.
evening
Seefahrt.
light in autumn here. Hello, Anarchist Angel. You've missed me spad twice. We've got 11 Ks till my next spad. I actually managed to finish 2 scenarios despite spadding. Jan, hello. Welcome along. Actually, there's a question for you, Anarchist Angel. Are you allowed to use AFB when you're light engine? Because this scenario has locked AFB, and I'm wondering if it's because of that. You're a bad clown, Leon. Well, that's no good.
Seefahrt. Sifa.
It's pretty advanced to have software for a bed. Or are they separate events? Jan says the BR-147's not coming. Not yet, no. A date has not been announced for a re-release. They did release a small update to Stuttgart, but it's not everything that was going to be coming out. So we shall see.
Sifa. Sifa.
Anarchist Angel says, yes you are, though in this loco AFB generally isn't allowed. So what you're saying is it works as well as reality. Alias says, Sifa train influence. Yes, you'll hear lots of Sifa. Sometimes I get it before the announcement, but that's not that common. "7 kilometers until I sped."
Sifa. Sifa.
If you play the snowy scenario, it's very, 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 very slippery. Extra slippery. More slippery than you can actually set. You're a nice clown, not a bad clown, Leon. I thought all clowns were bad.
Sifa. Sifa.
That's why they're called clowns. Anarchist Angel says it's built in, it works, but it isn't certified by regulating authorities, but you can use its Tempomat feature, which works similarly with some differences. Yeah, cool. "6 kilometers until we sped."
Sifa. Sifa.
We're certainly not coming into the signal quite so hot this time. Everybody's behind the line. Very nice.
Sifa.
Could I actually do 2 runs in a row without speeding? Wouldn't that be weird? This one certainly broke worse than with cars attached, yes. Very badly. We just slid straight through the light. And I think it stopped maybe 3 or 4 centimeters after it spattered. That's the worst thing. So close. It's actually funny, I drove a mainline loco on Friday. And the guy that was showing me what to do, and he's going, it applies the brakes really slowly, so make sure you plan ahead. Did it ever?
Sifa. Sifa.
I asked for about a £7 application and got nothing. Doubled it, got nothing. Doubled that, got 20. So yes, it was very interesting to drive that loco. Certainly unpredictable. Z for you go kaboom like an alarm. Not kaboom as such, it just stops you.
Sifa. Sifa.
4 kilometres to Spad. Andy says you can get smart beds now, saw one advertised on TV. When AWS went down a while ago, none of the beds worked and went into a random heating and cooling cycles. People were going nuts on the net. Oh, that's funny. And then Angel says it's almost as if dumb beds were better option. Harvey, hello, welcome along. Anyone want to voice chat with you after you've got pictures of the Line 5 cabs? I'll probably go to bed after this, because I've been up since 5 AM. And it's now, I mean, it's only 9:14, but it feels like midnight. Because, of course, after Daylight Savings change, it's really 10:14. That's what it would have been. Andy says, no, both Easter and Christmas miracle rolled into one if you go 2 scenarios without speeding. I do admit it's unusual. It's weird that I'm paying attention. I'm behaving myself. White line, people. Yep. And here comes our red light, so we should start behaving ourselves.
Sifa, Sifa, Sifa.
It's a good thing the TSCX has got good buttons, isn't it? Leon says, I wish Train Sim World make train spotters at station. No, there are some.
Sifa, Sifa, Sifa.
Zugbeeinflussung.
CFR and PZB at the same time. That's accelerating. Wrong lever. Wrong lever. Clown. Speaking of clowns, Leon. We'll just roll down there now. Nice and slow.
Sifa.
This is, of course, a little bit too slow. It's almost excruciating. Can't do it. Can't do it. Not allowed to blow your horn at train spotters. No, no.
Sifa, Sifa, Sifa.
This time I'm going to hold the brake lever. That was the other funny bit about driving the train on Friday, because it was light engine. It's very rare for me to use the independent brake, except when we're stopped, because you apply it after you've stopped. So I kept wanting to use the train brake. It's at least a braking system I'd used before, because it was the Westinghouse 87L. $280 meters to Spad. People do go crazy for trains, you're right, Leon. $500 Hz. I see the stopping point's actually after the signal too. Because the other aspect of this is normally on a railway you wouldn't go anywhere near the signal. You'd stop back here somewhere.
Sifa.
So I've got no air braking. So I actually had no air braking there, even though I was in brake 3. That's just interesting. Very interesting. Do I want to get 14 meters closer? That's the question. And now it's holding the air brakes on. Interesting. It's not in forwards anymore either. I think something bad happened to the train, to be honest. Ah, the brakes are cut out. Look at that. Where did that happen? Let's see if they work now. Yep. So that's really interesting. The scenario cut the brakes out and took it out of forwards. Okay. Interesting. No wonder I slid through it. Very interesting. Proceed at restricted speed. You going to give me a signal? Because I can't just go through it. Give me a signal. I can override it, can't I? It's that one, isn't it? What does the map say it is? No, the map still says it's red. I don't think that's a bug in the train. I think that's a bug in the scenario, because I've never had it do that when I'm driving. You're going to have to give me the signal, dude. I'm not going anywhere without it. Proceed at restricted speed. Do we believe it? I think what we do is we do this. And then we go override. And we release the brakes. And we see what it does. We'll know soon.
Störung, Störung, Störung.
Zwangsbremsung, 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 Zwangsbremsung. Zugbeeinflussung.
I'll have to hold it while I'm going past it. Okay. $800 meters. We can speed up a little bit. Not much, though. Cannot go quick. Zebra says some signals are bugs. Push PZB override. It's interesting it thinks not safe to release and its speed limit 45. I would have thought the 500 hertz would still apply, personally. Oh, no, I had to release it, didn't I?
Sifa. Sifa.
Somewhere around the corner, there's a train. What are we going to do with said train, anyway? We're going to take it back. Fair enough.
Sifa. Sifa. Sifa.
If the scenario set it up for you to run the red, you can. Even though it's not telling me there's a 500, I'm just going to assume the 500 still applies. Seems fair. Anarchist Angel says the indicator for the travel direction only lights up while you're close to standing. That's surprisingly accurate. Fewer illuminated buttons are better for night driving. This is true. Now, here's an interesting thing. Why would we have had a red signal given that we have to change lines? Because if the signalman just left the points straight ahead, brought you through, stopped you at the points, and then changed them, you wouldn't have had to go through the red. But anyway, that's okay.
Zifa.
AFB, AFB, AFB,
Now it wants to work.
AFB, 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 AFB.
It does want to work now. How about that?
AFB, AFB, AFB.
You can be quiet now.
AFB, AFB, AFB,
Quiet.
Zifa.
AFB, 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 AFB.
I think the TSCX controller is driving our AFB nuts. That's fine. It can't accelerate anyway. It hasn't got power. Yes.
Zifa. Zifa.
AFB, AFB.
Hopefully AFB will stay off.
AFB, AFB, AFB.
No, it has actually set it to 0. It's not actually staying off. Oh, that's off. Okay, it's gone now. Come on. Let's go. Power. Do you stop before you couple, or do you just go straight in and couple? No, I think that's the TSCX controller that's temperamental. The latest version of the Cobra software has been a little feisty.
AFB, AFB,
Oh, stop it.
AFB, AFB,
Stop it.
AFB, AFB,
No,
AFB,
stop it.
AFB, 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 AFB,
Stop it.
AFB, AFB, AFB,
No one cares.
AFB,
Stop it.
AFB, 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 AFB.
Now we get 500 hertz.
AFB, AFB.
Shut up, AFB. And now to go in. Now AFB's working again, isn't it?
AFB, AFB,
Come on,
AFB.
in you go. Couple up. Bonk.
AFB, AFB, AFB.
Oh, stop it with your AFB.
AFB, 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 AFB.
Ooh, that was violent. That was almost take off into space violent. full service, neutral. That should be fine. And PZB and everything should stay on from the other end, which is nice. That one. Dunk. Tow it back to Heilbronn. Very good. Now can we use RFB?
RFB, RFB.
Yes, we can.
RFB, RFB.
Off we go then.
RFB, 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 RFB.
Stop yelling at me. Is it full of people? That's the question. Not so far. I actually think it hasn't got any people on board. That one at the back's got its headlights on, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure. Oh no, they're red. They're just too bright. Why have you gone back to shut down the train? Alright, there you go. It's a confused scenario. Very confused scenario.
Zifa.
Back we go. Anarchist Angel says you stop before coupling to see if vehicles are secure. Don't want to bump into them and have them roll away. That's true. That would be slightly embarrassing. And it's funny to hear it sounds like AFD, yes. They're a weird bunch, aren't they?
Zifa.
More juice. Basically back where we came from.
Zifa.
Back through the big factory. Leon likes the double-deckers. Does it remind you of some of the locals? Well, there's no shortage of Dostos in the game, Leon. Plenty to choose from. The two most common things in the game, Class 66s and Dostos. There's lots of them.
Zifa.
Suddenly we're seeing tons of traffic and we saw almost nothing until this point.
Sie fahren.
Only 11 k's back to Heilbronn. What magic will we come across, do you think? And going fast like Gordon, apparently. Except Gordon's not red. Red trains are like red cars, they go faster.
Sie fahren.
Anarchist Angel said the ones in a game unfortunately are all BA766. In real life there's quite some diversity of different versions and variants. And shame we've only got one, and it's inaccurate too. It does suck.
Sie fahren.
Andy said, for a second I thought the train you passed was on the same line. Yeah, that would be exciting. I don't need that level of excitement. I've had that on Boston once, on Boston Providence. Come around a corner and ATC went berserk because there was a train heading for me. It's like, ah! But we just smashed into each other and then coupled up. It was fine.
Sie fahren.
Leon says, maybe the trains are late because of a train breakdown or a power issue. Well, definitely a broken train. Does it open? That's the question. This is being pretty brave, leaving a train with PZB turned on this long. I don't think they work somehow.
Sie fahren. Sie fahren.
Ziffer. Knows when bring song. Swang Bremsung is the equivalent of a rickroll in German.
Sie fahren.
Almost beat it to saying it. Doesn't look promising. Anarchist Angel doesn't mind non-functional crossings unless they're with US and have faults. Otherwise it's kind of wasted development effort for something you don't really see while you're playing. No, it's true, because you shouldn't be seeing a crossing close and you shouldn't be seeing a crossing open, generally speaking. There would be times when you would, but it's not common.
Sie fahren. Sie fahren.
Already halfway back. That's quick. Leon is snorting.
Sifa. Sifa.
That slowed down much quicker than I thought it would.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Sifa. 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 Sifa.
Just when you think it's getting peaceful and you're gaining some serenity, Ziffer. My personal favourite is when you get PZB and Zephyr at the same time.
Zugbeeinflussung.
It's like, which one do you acknowledge?
Sifa. Sifa.
So much for no speeding. It's a serenity avoidance system by design. Yes, that's very true. It is. Mind you, you can keep spamming the pedal and you'll never hear it. We're certainly going a weird way to the station, I have to say that. It's like we're being routed through a freight yard.
Sifa. Sifa.
I assume we're on path. Oh yeah. It just feels like bringing us through a freight yard. It's like, okay. That's how you do it in real life. You just spam every couple of seconds. Yeah. Well, it's backwards to real life, the game too, isn't it? Because you have to unpress it in real life. Lift your foot, put it down again. Christmas tree.
Zugbeeinflussung.
There's my PZB rule. Any signal that looks like a Christmas tree, press the button. Your control, you have to hold it and release it as well. I'm not sure if TSW lets you configure it to be backwards, but I know you can do that with the TSCX. You can actually configure it so you have to hold the button. But I think I'd want a foot control if I was going to do that. Thought I'd slow down in case we get a 500.
Sifa. Sifa.
Are the brakes cut in? Yes, they are.
Sifa. Sifa.
That's going to catch a lot of people out that you're applying the brakes and you get nothing because they're not cut in. Good enough.
AFB, 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 AFB.
Oh, didn't quite make it. Look at that. One speed. Wrecked it. That was so slight too. Lost a whole 32 points for that. Oh, well. Yes. Andy says, give me UK signalling any day, so it's easy to understand and use. Even a dumbass like me can use them. And Anarchist Angel says, German signalling be like, okay, so I know that was complex, but hear me out. Here's 2 more signalling systems to learn. Yeah, if you want complex, the signalling system we use in Victoria is pretty much as complex as German HI. So it's, yeah. Anarchist Angel says, look like you have to redo it. What I am going to do is report that it cuts the brakes out, because that's, I think, pretty bad. I don't know if it's a bug or if they just do it deliberately. It's hard to tell. But anyway, I think that will do for tonight. So I'll be back on Wednesday night. I'm not sure with what yet. I haven't decided, but it'll be something. And it'll probably be train related, knowing me. But that'll be fun. But thanks for joining in tonight. I appreciate the chat. And it's been fun, even with the brakes being cut out and having to fix them. But at least we had a direct brake. So it's all good. Alrighty, folks, enjoy yourselves. Have fun. If it's Sunday morning for you, enjoy your day. And if it's Sunday night, enjoy your sleep. And we shall see you next time. Bye now.